I'm Melissa Curtis and welcome to my pelvic floor and core pregnancy yoga class brought to you in partnership with vhi.ie. Hi everybody, Melissa here and welcome to our pregnancy yoga class together. Today we're going to focus a lot on the pelvic floor and on core with lots of other really nice tension melting, stretching and strengthening yoga poses as well. Now I'm sitting cross-legged. I'm also sitting on 2 cushions, so I recommend you get a couple of cushions to sit on or even some folded blankets. I'm using a block, but you can use a book, or if you have any of those small little Pilates balls, they're perfect. Anything that you can just squeeze between the thighs. And if you don't have anything like that, it's okay. You can do these yoga poses without it as well. I also have a blanket, which is really handy for sitting on, for comfort, and also for our knees when we're on all fours. Okay, so I'll be including some modifications throughout the class. But as always, if anything doesn't feel right, just back off, do less, or stop completely, okay, and then join us when you feel ready as well. So the most important thing to begin with is that we're comfortable. Now I'm sitting cross-legged on the cushions, and you might like to bring the soles of your feet together. That might be one position that's nice for you. Another one is if your pelvis is a little sore and anything like cross-legged is not comfortable, what you can do is you can get your 2 cushions. I'm going to turn my back to you, and you can come onto all fours and sit in between, okay, your heels. So you can see how my toes are pointing straight back. I'm sitting on the cushions and my hips are in between my heels. So what that does is it doesn't ask the pelvis to do really any opening. It's a lot of pressure on your feet. So the more cushions or supports you sit on, the better. So if you had anything like a good strong book or a block, that would be handy just to sit under your sit bones. So really you can sit kneeling. I'm going to do this today, or you can sit cross-legged or soles of the feet together if you want to sit up against a wall if you feel you need that for today. Let's begin. So first, just feel yourself here now on your mat. If you're not using a mat, please make sure that you don't have any socks on, okay? And take a nice long slow deep breath in and then a big sigh out through your mouth. Well done. We're going to start off with our hands anywhere that's comfortable. So on your thighs, you can also feel the breath in your belly as we do this, or down by your side, whatever you prefer. Please close your eyes and feel all the muscles in your face begin to soften and smoothen. Just feel any tension just melt away from your jaw, your shoulders as you sit here. We're going to do one of my favorite breath focus techniques, whatever you want to call it. It's called slow down, and anyone can do this. And many women have told me that this was very useful during pregnancy when everything got a little bit too much, or they felt really tired or woken up in the middle of the night and couldn't go back to sleep. Many women have said they found this super helpful in between the contractions during birth. Many women found it helpful when they were getting the epidural administered and needed to be really still. Many women have found this really helpful after their baby's born, and you're going to have those days where everything's all over the place and you're a little overwhelmed, and these 2 words are so easy to remember and can be very valuable. So as you breathe in, say to yourself the word slow, and as you breathe out, say to yourself the word down. So inhale slow, exhale down, and then eventually you just start to naturally say these words. You might whisper them, you might say them out loud, or you might just say them to yourself in your head. It's a nice way to get used to it as well. It's just saying it to yourself. Inhale slow, exhale down and releasing down, down, down. Breathing in slow, breathing out down, and just keep repeating those words along with your breath. And the more we tell our body to do something, the more it actually does. And as you sit here repeating these 2 simple words, it's a lovely soothing treat for your baby or babies as well. Your baby can sense your heartbeat slowing down and your breath deepening now. So just keep repeating, no matter how many times your mind wanders, that's okay. When it does, inhale slow, exhale down. We'll do it a few more times now. If you liked repeating these words, if it's something that really worked, just store the memory of slow and down somewhere in your mind so you can access them whenever you need to. Practice repeating these words when there's lots going on around you. Turn on the TV, turn on the radio and practice this. This breathing technique is something you can take with you forever. And just keeping your eyes closed, just letting that go. Just let your breath be normal. We're going to bring our hands together at our heart. Just feel your thumbs at your chest there, your heart center. And just take a moment to really honor all the space you're creating in your heart for this new person growing inside your body, or people if you're expecting more than one. And then really acknowledge all the space you're creating in your body as well for this new person. Sometimes it can be a real challenge as our body changes, so really acknowledge yourself for everything. And also acknowledge yourself for all the space you're already creating in your life for this new person. And just bring your hands down to your belly, give a little rub, say hi. Open your eyes and just take a moment to just get your vision back. When we open our eyes, we can feel quite sleepy and spacey, which is a really nice feeling, and you know that you created that yourself, so you can get this feeling back again just by doing that. So you're probably ready to come out of a seated position. You might already have stretched your legs out. If you're in the same position as me, you're going to open your knees, you're going to walk your hands forward, and we're just going to come to a seated position. Okay, I'm going to sit on my cushions as well with the legs crossed. Give your legs a little shake. Good, just to get the life back into them, okay? And pull the flesh out from underneath your sit bones. Beautiful. We'll do a little bit of movement, and then we're going to start connecting to the transverse abdominis muscle. I'll explain that. So we're going to do some pelvic tilt. So first put your hands on your knees. Take a breath in. You're going to lift your heart up towards the ceiling. You're going to stick your tailbone out behind you and draw your shoulders back. Then as you exhale, round your back, hug your baby, okay? Spread across your back muscles and look down and say hi to your baby bump. Then inhale, coming forward onto your sit bones, shoulders back, look up. Exhale, rounding. Now we're going to incorporate the arms here, okay? So as you inhale, open out your arms, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your heart to the ceiling. Exhale, round your back, hugging in. Now turn the back of the hands in towards each other and reach your fingertips forward. Then inhale, opening out. Exhale, rounding. So really nice. It's like dusting the cobwebs up and down the spine. Getting circulation. Okay, good. Really nice for the spine, the discs. Nourishing them again. And one more inhale, one more exhale doing this. Okay. And release. So it's important that we're sitting upright for this next mind to muscle connection exercise. So if you're sitting with your knees very high and tucked, I really recommend you sit possibly on a birth ball or sit up higher on some more cushions, like even a big thick couch cushion would be better, so that your knees are lower than really, in line with the hips or lower, okay? Or change your leg position if you need to as well. So we're going to put our hands onto our ribs, okay? You're going to take a breath in and feel your ribs expand out. Then I'd like you to say a ha sound, like you're seeing your breath on a cold winter's morning as you exhale. So when you exhale, you feel your ribs hugging back in towards your body. As you inhale, it's like your ribs are like an umbrella opening out. And then as you exhale, you feel your ribs hugging back in. Beautiful. Now put one hand on your low belly, keep one hand on your ribs, shoulders soft, inhale. Just feel that expansion, so the belly moves into the hands, the ribs move into the hands, and as you exhale, the belly draws in and up, the ribs hug in. And you'll probably start to feel your pelvic floor as well. Inhale, just let everything go, soften and relax, let the lungs fill with air. Then open your mouth, pelvic floor, abdominal muscles, ribs all hug in. Okay, let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. And then exhale. So your pelvic floor is connected to your pubic bone, tailbone, and sit bone. So feel those bony points, like a little hugging and lifting in from there. And then inhale, soften. We'll do 1 more. And then exhale, drawing in and up. And then inhale, just release and let go. Now your jaw is directly related to your pelvic floor as well. So be mindful that you're gripping your jaw a lot when you do that. Try and let go of your jaw. Even now, every day, think, am I tensing my jaw? You know, give yourself a little jaw massage or stretch out your jaw a little bit. Really good. So now we're going to do that without the hands there. We're going to do 3 this way. And what we're doing is we're connecting to a muscle called the transverse abdominis muscle and the pelvic floor. They're all connected, and the diaphragm as well. And it's like a corset between your ribs and your pelvis. So as you exhale, we hold ourselves, we mind ourselves, our core works, our back is supported. And as we inhale, we let go. As we exhale, there's engagement, toning. We're kind of adding to it a little bit. It's happening all the time with our breath, but we're making it a little bit more, okay? And then release. So let's begin. Take a breath in, and then open your mouth. It's like everything wraps around your low back. Inhale, soften, keeping your spine in all its natural curve, so we're not doing anything extra. Exhale, engage. Feel the crown of the head lengthen, sit bones still on the floor. 1 more time, inhale. And then we're going to connect to this a little bit more as well. And then inhale, just soften and release. Let's stretch our legs out, give them a little bit of a shake, okay? We're going to work on the feet. So the arches, okay, they get a little bit forgotten about in pregnancy, sometimes. So we're going to work on the arches of the feet. And when we look after the feet, the rest of the body is happy as well. And our pelvic floor is like a little arch as well, okay, depending on whether we're breathing in or out. So we want to keep the arches in the feet healthy to promote optimal pelvic floor health as well. So I'm going to turn sideways to show you. So you're going to curl your toes and sit down like this. Now it's not the most comfortable, okay, but it's very good for our feet, stretching all the connective tissue in the feet. Now if you have any foot injury at the moment, okay, or it just really is painful, you don't want to feel pain in a yoga class, discomfort is okay, then please stay up on your knees like this. It's no problem at all right? So I am playing a little bit with discomfort for you. So you're going to curl your toes. If you want to pull those baby toes out if they're a little stiff, you're going to bring your arms out, and you're going to wiggle your right fingertips, right elbow under left, hands on the shoulders, back of the hands together or palms together. Lift your elbows up, draw your shoulders back a little bit, okay? Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, you're going to release. Come up onto your knees to get a bit of relief there. Bring your arms up, and now bring your arms back down. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to sit back down, try and straighten back up, okay? Soften that jaw, okay? And then exhale, left elbow under right, hands on the shoulders, back of the hands, palms. Remember, it's okay to stay here on your knees, okay? But see, are you tensing the face, the jaw unnecessarily? Take a breath in. And then exhale, open your mouth, let it all go. Reach up, and then bring your arms down by your side as well. Beautiful. Okay, so let's get the life back into the feet here. You're going to release your feet slowly. Okay, good. And then we're just going to sit down, and we're going to circle out our ankles. Just a few times in one direction. Brilliant. And a few times in the other direction. So you can think about like all the weight the feet have to take during pregnancy, and gravity is really pulling everything down, so the arches do get affected. So simple foot technique is really, really good. Okay, so we're going to just shake out. Let's come to the other side. Okay, good. And we're going to take either a block. Now you don't have to have one, as I said, or a book, or even if you have a small child's ball, or even one of those smaller Pilates ball, you're going to put them between your knees, okay? You're going to come onto all fours. And this is a great way to connect to your transverse abdominis muscle. My wrists are underneath the shoulders, okay? My toes are curled. And if you have pelvic pain, I highly recommend this as well. Remember, it's okay to go onto your fists, with your palms facing in if your wrists don't like to have the fingers on the floor. You're going to take a breath in here. As you exhale, squeeze your block and lift your knees no more than 1.5 inches up off the floor. Then inhale, come down. Exhale, imagine you're balancing a very full glass of water on your sacrum, the flat part of your spine before the buttock. And then you're going to come back down, okay? Then exhale, squeeze, lift, inhale, down, and just soften. So exhale, squeeze, lift, press your thumbs down, inhale, down, and relax. And you should feel as you exhale that hugging sensation, that muscle that wraps around your front, your sides, and your back, okay, between ribs and pelvis. Exhale, hug, lift, inhale, down, and soften. So see how little I'm lifting my knees up off the floor? Okay, I want to maintain neutral spine. So the back of my head is reaching to the ceiling and the crown of my head to the wall in front of me. 2 more if you can. Exhale, squeeze, lift, inhale, soften, down. 1 more if you can. Exhale, squeeze, lift, inhale, down, and release. Well done. Okay, so a lot of core going on there. And the good thing about that is you're keeping that mind to muscle connection going in pregnancy, okay? So it doesn't forget what it can do. Let's shake out the wrists here. You can be on your knees if your feet have had enough. Okay, good. And just squeeze and flick out your fingers now like that. Well done. So we're going to come down onto the forearms and do some more core work, stability in the core as well, and good for the back and good for the glutes as well. So you're going to come down onto your forearms, okay, like so, or you can cross them. However, if you have heartburn, this may not suit you today. Now what you can do is you can put a couple of cushions underneath your forearms. If that little lift gives you any relief, perfect. If not, then you're going to do everything on all fours. It's exactly the same. All right, so we're going to come down onto the forearms. And the main thing I want you to think about is how your ribs are doing. So we're trying not to let the ribs pop out. We're trying to pull the ribs in and lengthen the tailbone, okay? So I'm going to stretch my right leg out, pushing out through the heel. Lovely, shoulders back. I'm going to exhale, lift my right leg up. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale up, inhale down, but without any tilting to the side. So keep that balance in your pelvis I've been talking about. Okay, good. Now as I exhale, I'm drawing my ribs in and then inhale down. All right, so what can happen is as I exhale, my ribs pop out and I really collapse into my low back, and it's not good, the core switched off. So as you exhale, hug your ribs in, inhale down. Notice how my torso is not moving at all. Exhale, lift, inhale down. Now we're going to stay up on the next one and work the glutes. So we're going to lift up. You're going to bend your knees so the sole of the foot is facing the ceiling, and I'm going to do little pulses. So little pulses where my back is not moving, my ribs are hugging in, there's no tilting going on in my torso, just little moves. If anything doesn't feel right, you can come out, no problem. Ooh, yeah. And release. Oh my goodness. Now, that was my right leg lifted. I'm going to turn my back side to you for a moment, okay? What I'd like you to do is come up onto all fours. Place the leg you were lifting, which is my right, behind. I'm going to open out my feet like so, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to go back and forth like this. And it's really nice along that buttock muscle that you were using, or muscles I should say, that you were using there, okay? This is a really nice move for giving a bit of space in your low back and really good for kind of the back pelvic floor. If we sit a lot, this is a great one to do. Just make sure your knees are okay and your knees stay on the floor. Well done. Oh yeah, and then let's come back to center. Bring the feet in a little closer and come down, okay, back onto your forearms. Start with your knees just under the hips and coming back down as well. Shoulders relaxed. Now your head is wherever's comfortable, so try not to be straining looking at the screen. Try to just let your head be relaxed because you know what to do now on this side. You're going to stretch your leg out and feel that lovely opening across your calf muscle. If you're doing a lot of walking, this will feel really good. Now let's think about our ribs again. I'm hugging in here, okay? I'm reaching my tailbone back and I'm trying not to just collapse. I'm pushing away from the floor with my forearms and with the foot that's staying on the floor. Now exhale, lift up. Inhale, come down. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. Lift up as high as you can without any collapse in your ribs. So my torso is stable. Think of your ribs like the shell of a bell, and you don't want to ring that bell. Okay, good. And again, lift up and down and squeeze that buttock muscle as you lift up, okay? So squeeze the buttocks as you lift up and down, good. 2 more, lift up and down, be mindful, ribs in as you lift up, down. Now the next one we're going to stay up, okay? You're going to bend your knee and you're just lifting the knee up a tiny bit higher than hip height and down. So we're going to go 10, 9, 8, 7, soften your face and jaw. Just put a fake smile on if you need to, blow out if you need to, and release. Amazing, okay? And then I'll face you for this one, but you're going to put your opposite knee, so whatever leg you were working on, okay, you're going to put that behind. You're going to open your feet out and rock forward and back. Your hands are in front of you, and we're just rocking forward and back, okay? I'll show you that from the side again, okay? And you might want to stay back a bit if you're like, oh yeah, that feels really good, or stay forward. You can be on your forearms doing this, no problem. Really good. And release. Now we're going to bring this knee out. We're going to do some little hip circles here. So just rolling around on all fours, or you can be down on your forearms if your wrists are sore, just to get the circulation back into the kind of the buttock area. Good. And let's go the other direction as we roll around, in and out through the nose. Really good, everyone. Okay, we're going to walk our hands back. I'm going to take my blanket because we're going to come up onto our one knee. So placing my blanket this time, I'm going to put it under my left knee, and I'm going to bring my right leg out. Okay, I call this Gecko, and it's very good for your pelvic floor. Okay, so we're going to do one side and then the other side. We're going to get a nice little stretch. We're going to get that tailbone out as well. Very nourishing for your pelvis. So open out your right foot, bring your leg out. You're going to hinge from your hips, so stick the butt out. I call this laying an egg, okay? Again, ribs are hugging in. Come down onto your fingertips or your fists or your hands, whatever you wish. And we're going to draw circles, just like what we did on all fours, but now one leg is in front. And what you'll probably notice is how nice this feels across the buttock, across the inner and outer thigh, and it's really nice. A lot of people find with low backache or with any kind of groin pain, this can be really nice as well. Everybody is different though, okay? So if you're finding this circular motions just not helping you, you can just stay down in here, laying that egg, squeezing your inner thighs towards each other, okay? You don't have to miss out. So just circling around here. Really good. Nice. So if you spend a lot of time sitting, this is one of the best yoga poses you can come and do, you know, during the day or when you get home from work. Or if you're at home sitting a lot. We're going to bring the knee in line with the ankle. Press your forearm onto your thigh. Now hug your baby. Squeeze an imaginary block between your thighs so you're holding yourself. We're working that transverse abdominis muscle to help us exert ourselves. And let's come all the way back up, and we're going to do the other side. So putting the cushion underneath your opposite knee. Okay, and we're going to bring the other leg out this time. Great. All right. So again, just stick the bum out behind you. You're going to lean forward, get your spine really long. Already you'll be like, oh yeah, that feels really good across that glute after working it so much. And we're just going to start to draw circles. So remember, you can be down on your fists, you can be on your hands, you could even put something like a hard, you know, couch cushion underneath to bring the floor to you if you needed to be raised a little bit. Keep your foot on the floor. See how my foot's not lifting off the floor? All right. Lay that egg, roll around, juicing up the hips. There's a lovely saying we have in yoga, and it's motion is lotion. So if you're feeling a little stiff in the hips, the movement, it's like kind of putting lotion into our joints. Gorgeous, everybody. And then we're going to release. So I'm going to place my forearm on the thigh. I'm going to hug my tummy muscles in. I'm going to push back up and slowly release. Now we're going to come down to seated. We've been working a lot on the back of the pelvic floor. We're going to work on the front of the pelvic floor. You don't have to sit on anything for this. But if you sit with the soles of the feet together and your knees are very high, then I recommend you sit on a couple of, or you just feel very rounded, then I recommend you sit on something, okay? So if you have pelvic pain right in the front, in the pubic bone, this may or may not feel good, okay? There is quite a little bit of a stretch and an opening going on here, okay? So if that's the case, you can just cross your legs, okay? And you can just stretch your palms up and just wait for us to get a nice side stretch, taking the pelvis out of it. Otherwise, soles the feet together, okay? You're going to bring your hands back behind you. And I'm trying to move my big toes away from each other. I'm going to press my baby toes into each other. So the whole outer edge of your both feet are pressing into each other. Good. So take a breath in. And then as you exhale, push here, good. And then inhale, relax, lovely. And then exhale, push the outer bone in. So what you'll feel is a subtle lengthening sensation going on here. So we're kind of, the pelvic floor is attached to the pubic bone. So we're just, if we're quite tight up here, that's not going to serve us any purpose. So we just want to lengthen here. So breathing in, chest lifted, exhale and push, good. And again, let's do 3 more. Inhale, exhale. Fantastic. Inhale and exhale. Really good. So really nice for balance in the pelvic floor as well. We're going to lift our knees up, stretch your legs out, give those legs a little shake, and we're going to come to standing. So I'm going to show you standing a different way. I'm going to bring the legs out to the side. I'm going to come onto all fours. Take anything off your mat that you might trip over. We will be using the block or a book for a small little ball, a child's ball, if you have. So have that close by. Going to bring my hands out in front. So this is like a very bent knee downward dog if you've ever done yoga before. So curl your toes, lift your hips up, open your feet wider, and then again lift your sit bones out. So get that tail out, get that length in your spine. Hug your front ribs into your body so they're not flaring out to the floor. Really good. Stretch your armpits away from your wrists. Move your hips away from your armpits. And then bend your knees more. Walk your hands towards you. You might have to open your feet wider. Come up slowly though, because you just had all that blood going into the head. Hands on the thighs and slowly, slowly, slowly come up, okay? If you ever feel dizzy, keep looking down and just follow the floor until you're looking at the wall or whatever it is in front of you, until you're looking straight ahead. And a lot of times that really helps you feel a bit better. Okay, so I'm going to take my block, and as I said, you don't need this. If you don't have a thick book that you're not going to wreck, or one of the small balls, then you can do everything without the block. But I'm going to show you how you can use the block and really connect to your pelvic floor and your core as well. It's really helpful after your baby's born too. We're going to work with the diaphragm and the pelvic floor in a specific movement. So I'm going to take the block, I'm going to put it between my thighs. Now, I have quite long legs, so I prefer this position here where it's wider. Some people prefer this position here, it just depends, but I like this myself, okay? So my feet are about hip width distance, maybe slightly wider, and we're going to do what's called chair pose. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what's happening. Now same again, try and maintain balance in your ribs. So I'm trying not to pop the ribs out, okay? I'm going to hugging them in so my back is supported. So we're going to work with the pelvic floor. Inhale, we're going to go down. Stick your bum out behind you and reach your fingertips forward. Your knees are bending. Then as you exhale, squeeze the block, okay? Or if you have no block, get a sense of hugging in and up. Inhale, we're going to come down. Chest lifted. Exhale, squeeze and come back up. Beautiful, everyone. Inhale down. Exhale, squeeze and lift. So the inner leg muscles, the inner thighs, are connected up towards the pubic bone where the pelvic floor is. So it's all connected, which in turn connects to our core as well. So inhale. Now as you exhale, if you're squeezing the block, you really should feel the lower tummy muscles start to talk to you as well. You're working those. So make sure we're inhaling, coming down, exhaling, coming up, okay? Inhale down, exhale up. I haven't forgotten how many we've done. We're going to do a few of these, so 5 more if you're able for it. Inhale, exhale. It's the same if the block isn't there. You're inhaling, going down, the knees stay hip width. Exhale, we get a sense of zipping a pair of jeans on as we come up. Inhale, exhale. 3 more, okay? Inhale. Don't worry, we'll stretch out the inner thighs after. And again, inhale, exhale. We'll do 1 more for good luck, okay? Inhale and exhale. Beautiful, everybody. Okay, taking that block out, let's just put it to the side and let's just release for 1 in between. So open out your feet, just whatever's comfortable, not too wide. Okay, you're going to hook your thumbs. You're going to take a breath in, bring your arms up, and as you exhale, bend your knees and draw a big circle towards the right, down to the floor, over to the left, and back up again. We're going to go to the other way. So down and around. Now press into the feet, hug your baby as you come back up, okay? So we're going to inhale as we go down, exhale as we come back up. So we have more support in our back with our core. Inhale down, Both knees bend the same. Exhale, push up, hug in. Lovely, everyone. Inhale down. I call these sunshine circles, drawing a big sun in front of us. And again, one more. And coming all the way back up. And release. Lovely, everybody. Let's just do a little bit of footwork. As I said to you earlier, we were talking about how the feet connect to the rest of the body, and we want to improve the arches of the feet, right? So this is yoga for the feet. So you're going to stand at the back of your mat. You're going to come up onto your heels with your toes up and just walk down your mat, okay? And back down again. Now we're going to go on our tippy toes. So lift up and walk like we're got high heels on, and as we go back, just mind yourself, make sure there's nothing you can trip over. Now, come on to the outer edges of your feet, okay? So you're lifting the kind of the ball of the toe, big toe, and the inner arches, and you're going to walk forward like what we were doing earlier. Okay, good. When we look after the feet in pregnancy, we actually feel much better in ourselves, I guarantee it. Now I'm going to roll my feet in, so I'll show you what that looks like. I'm going to lift the baby toe side of my feet up. Now if you feel any knee pain, just leave it out. Do one of the other ones that you liked. Otherwise, I'm going to walk in. It's a bit like knocked knees, okay? And back again, okay? And then coming back to center, I'm going to come onto the balls of the toes. I'm just going to circle out my ankle like this. So it's like I'm rolling around the ball of the big right toe there, and go 3 in the other direction as well. Lovely. It should feel nice. As always in yoga, if something doesn't feel right, if you feel pain, any sharp feelings, numbness, you got to get out of it, okay? Let's do the other side. Lift up, roll around the ball of the left toe. But discomfort's okay, you know, where we have to kind of work our body, think about our breath, and then do a few in the other direction as well. Really nice. Beautiful. And release. We're going to do one more where we're kind of working the inner legs, stretching out the back body. So you're going to open out your feet, okay? Your toes are pointing forward. All right, I'm going to imagine that block is between my thighs now. We can't put it there because it's too wide a space, but squeeze an imaginary block or whatever it was, or just hug your thighs in towards each other, and you'll get this feeling of lifting. Okay, good. Your hands are on your hips. I'm going to hinge halfway, just halfway, shoulders back, squeezing so the outer shins are pushing in towards each other or hugging in. You lift your toes, feel the arches of the feet lift, soften the toes down. So the weight of the balls of the toes and the heels, and I'm just halfway. Beautiful, everyone. And this is stretching out the spine and the backs of the legs. Now, if you have any pain, any sciatic pain or any discomfort, bend your knees a good bit, okay? That's no problem. Now, to come out of it, do bend your knees, hug your baby, and come all the way up to standing. Just mind if you feel dizzy, just make sure you're breathing. We're going to go back a little further into this now, and we're going to do a twist. So what you're probably going to need now is a cushion or your block. So you could even use 2 cushions. I'll show you with the cushions without the block in case you don't have one. And you're going to put it right in the center of the long end of your mat. Okay, so it's just in front of you. Toes pointing forward. I'm going to hinge at the hips. Bend the knees, please, if you need to. Hugging baby to support your back. Really good. And then I'm going to just find the cushions and put my right hand down onto it. So hand is under the face. I'm pushing away from the floor. You can open the legs wider if you want. Knees a little bent, please. And then I'm going to reach my left arm out. Now you might just get to shoulder level, or you might bring your arm all the way up. And then you're going to bring your hand down and switch sides. Now keep your belly button facing the floor. So we're just twisting into the ribs, okay, into the middle upper back instead of into our pelvis. So again, squeeze that block between your thighs, the imaginary block, as we do this. Lovely, and keep your belly button facing the floor. Belly button is still there. And again. And we'll do one more this side, okay? Pressing down. You may not even need the cushions, okay? That's fine. My arms are long, so I wouldn't normally need them. And release. Now bend your knees, put your hands onto your thighs, shoulders back, hug your baby. Slowly come up, just really slowly, guys. Nice and easy. And just feel that, gorgeous. Now we're going to turn our heels in and toes out. Let's get the stretch. We've done a lot of engaging the inner thighs. Let's balance it all out, okay? We can't have too much of one thing. We've got to have a balance. So we're going to stretch the inner thighs now, do a little twist. So my knees are going to move towards my second toe. Everyone can do this, but if you're feeling pain in your pelvis, feet parallel, hands on the thighs like this. It's just the same in the upper body. Otherwise, we're not too deep into the squat here, so it's fine. Shoulders back, And I'm going to move my left shoulder down and pull my right shoulder back and look behind me. I'm going to come back to center. Then I'm going to do the other side. So I call this flossing between the shoulder blades. Back up. Keep your knees away from each other. And again. Come back up. Lovely. And let's do the other side. And coming back up, push up. Give those legs a little shake. And now we're going to do a little more stretching in the inner thighs, but still working our oblique muscles, part of our core. And a lot of other muscles too. So you're going to interlock the fingers behind your head. So you're really just supporting the back of the head into your palms and your fingers there. Almost lift the head up off the neck. It feels really good. The elbows are visible, but not too far forward. Okay, good. So I'm going to come down. Oh, lovely. And you're going to do a little side bend. Okay. Then we're going to come back up. So we inhale to the side. And then we exhale to come back up. If you need to exhale through your mouth, go ahead, like that sound that we did earlier, like you're seeing your breath. If you feel you get more connection. Eventually you'll start to connect to your core muscles and you can just use the nose. It's hard, I know it is. Inhale, sit down more, exhale, come up, so you'll feel your pelvic floor lift as you do that between the pubic bone and the tailbone. Inhale, and exhale, come back up. Now just release. Little glide side to side. We're going to do that again. Now that you're a little more familiar, now I want you to really focus on just trying not to grip your jaw in this, because it's hard and you're going to want to grip your jaw. We want to let go of that jaw. Okay, the jaw and the pelvic floor are related, and the last thing you want is a tense jaw as baby is birthing. So when you're ready, come down. Lovely. And then inhale to the side. Now exhale, hug your baby and lift back up. Inhale to the side. Exhale, feel like you're lifting your sphincters up into the pelvis a little bit more. Again, inhale to the side. Exhale, back up. One more. Inhale. Exhale, back up. That's hard. Come all the way up. Now we're going to let go. This is more birth prep. We're going to let go and an exhale. We're going to think about engaging. So breathe in, bring your arms up overhead, and let a big sigh out and go. Good. Again, inhale. And one more time. Inhale. I love this one. Exhale. Big sighs if you want. And release. Lovely. I'm going to come back down, tiny bit more core, and then we'll let it all go. We're going to scissor the feet in. We're going to come back down. So we're going to come back down the way we came up. So facing the top of your mat. Open the toes out a little bit. Hands on the thighs. We're going to come into a bent knee, downward facing dog. If you have heartburn, you don't like it, just get onto your knees and wait for us, no problem. We're going to squat down, so you can stay on all fours if you want, or you can lift your hips up and just march on the spot here. So we lift one heel and then the other. Good. I'm pushing away from the floor with my hands, and then we're going to drop the knees to the floor and just come into child's pose for a moment, stretching the hips back. Coming onto your forearms if you have heartburn. Or you can make a little pillow with your forearms and rest your forehead down. That might be really nice in your low back right now. This is an excellent position for stretching out the back. It's a bit of a hip opener. It's a nice stretch across the glutes. We're getting into the inner and outer thighs as well, which is nice after all the work you've been doing. And it's a good position to be in to kind of start isolating your sphincters. All right, so your pelvic floor, it circulates each sphincter, all right? So whether it's the anal, vaginal, or urethra. And starting to isolate those sphincters is really helpful for you to connect to your pelvic floor and be very helpful when you have your baby. So as we rest here for a moment, as you exhale, see if you can just draw the anal sphincter up and in like you're trying to press a little button, and then inhale, let go. Don't worry if you're connecting to all of them for now. It takes practice. And notice what's going on in your jaw. And we're trying to keep the bulk of the buttock muscles relaxed. That's why this is a good position. Then as you exhale, think of the vaginal sphincters just hugging in and up. And then inhale, relaxing. And just just behind the pubic bone, the urethra, where we would wee from, just draw the sphincter in and up. Inhale, relax. And it's normal to not have as much connection with one than the others. Let's try that one more time. Take a breath in. Relax. Now exhale, draw the anal sphincter, okay, like you're stopping a fart, and then inhale, relax. Now vaginal, okay, so we're just drawing in and up, and inhale, relax. Now urethra, like you're just holding a wee, exhale, we're just drawing in and up with the urethra sphincter, and then inhale, relax. Good. Notice we're engaging your jaw, so take a breath in, open your mouth and just go, stick your tongue out if you want to as well. And then coming up onto all fours, okay, we're just going to finish with 2 more moves, all right? And one is called gate pose. So I'm going to get my blanket here, and I'm going to put it underneath my left knee towards the left side of my mat. Great, and I'm going to bring my right leg out. Now, if anyone has pelvic pain and the stretching of the leg like this doesn't feel right, you can put your knees down on a cushion, both of them, and you can do all the arm movements with us. It's no problem, okay? Otherwise, cushion under the left knee, right leg out. Turn your toes in. Press into the outer edge of your foot here. So we're not collapsing inner foot, we're getting right into the outer foot as well. Hips face forward, and your arms are out to the side like this. Good. So you're going to inhale, and you're going to move from your waist just about halfway to the floor. And as you exhale, you're going to feel those sphincters hug into your body. Feel your waist muscles hug in. Feel your lower tummy muscles hug in, like you're zipping a pair of jeans. So we're going to do 5 more like this. Inhale, tilt. Exhale, squeeze an imaginary block between your thighs to help as well. Inhale, soften the face. Exhale, hug in. Get that wrapping sensation around your whole waist area to come up. Okay? Inhale and exhale up. Really good. Again, breathe in and breathe out. If your shoulders are tense, you can just put your hands on your hips and just tilt, and then exhale up. We're going to do 1 more. So really feel it happening. Pelvic floor, core, waist muscles, and the back as well, the lower back. We inhale and we engage as we come back up. Now, really nice counter stretch. Hand down the straight leg, arm reaching up, which is my left arm. I'm going to stretch, and you're like, that's so good. And just nod no a few times here. Just watch that jaw. And then you're going to come all the way back, and you're going to do the other side. So slowly bring this knee in, and I'm going to put the blanket underneath my right knee, and we're going to do another variation of gate pose. Okay, lovely. Toes in, or as best you can, so I can just really get the whole foot on the floor, all right? Nothing lifting up. Hips facing forward. I know one hip's a bit higher than the other. Just let's roll the shoulders a little bit. No tension there. Watch your jaw. Bring your arms out. Now inhale, tilt. You may go all the way to the floor. It just depends. Exhale up, but we're only tipping the floor, okay? Inhale to the side. Exhale, hug your baby to come back up. Lovely. And again, inhale to the side. Exhale, hug and lift. Breathing in. Breathing out. Using your core muscles. Get that wrapping in sensation. Inhale. And then wrap your core around your spine to lift up. I always lose track of counting. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Well done, everyone. Slide your hand down the leg. Reach your arm up and get that gorgeous, gorgeous stretch. Oh, yeah. Well done. Let's slowly come out of that. We're going to come down onto all fours again. And we're going to do what's called the figure of 8, just to kind of wiggle it all out, just get rid of all our seriousness, okay, and let go. So it's important to engage your pelvic floor and tone and relax, but it's just as important to relax your pelvic floor, okay? So if you're doing a lot of, pelvic floor awareness tensing, make sure you're letting go as well, all right? And the jaw too. So let's bring our hands down. If you want to put a cushion underneath your knees, then by all means, go ahead and do so, no problem. And we're going to bring our hands in front of our shoulders. Open your knees whatever distance apart you'd like. If you have pelvic pain, you can do this with a block between your knees, so you're not asking your pelvis to open anymore. Hands forward, and now we're just going to draw the number 8 with our body. So don't worry too much if you're a perfectionist. Just imagine that there's a pen on the end of your nose or your pubic bone, and you're just drawing an interesting looking number 8. So feel this kind of swirling freedom, letting go, feeling in the body. And then we're going to go the other way. So if your 8 turns into a funny looking S shape, don't worry about it, okay? It's all good. Just feel like you're wiggling around here, doing kind of funky movements with the pelvis, with the upper body. It's just a real letting go. Beautiful. And release, and just go forward and back just to finish off. Stretch it out. Well done, everyone. And let's just come back to seated for a moment. So you're going to prepare for your relaxation now. We're going to give those wrists a little shake. So it's whatever position is comfortable for you. If you'd like to get into bed or lie on a couch, please do. Whatever side or whatever position that suits you now, that'll make the most of your next part of the class, your favorite part, the relaxation. If you're lying on your back, do place something underneath your knees and also place something underneath your head. Just depends where you are in your pregnancy, whether this is going to be comfortable. But always turn on your side to lie down and always turn on your side to come back up as well. If you're lying on your right side or your left side, prop yourself up with cushions. Okay. Some women find after 34 weeks the left side more comfortable, but also it promotes a left optimal position for baby to be lying in. Okay. Don't worry too much about that, just be comfortable. All right, so you can prop yourself up. You might like to put a cushion underneath your hips if you're lying on a harder surface, and maybe a cushion in between your knee and your ankle. Make sure your ankles are supported if your knees are as well. And just snuggle in, get really cozy, everybody. I'm going to sit up and talk you through the next part of your relaxation. So we're going to count down with affirmations. I'm very fond of affirmations because a positive mindset, has a huge effect on our body. Every thought we have has a chemical response. So having some affirmations or words that help you stay calm or centered or more positive, go out and find them if you don't have any yet. So just feel your body melting across whatever surface you're lying on. And let's begin. I feel at ease. 4, I feel soft. 3, I feel calm. 2, I feel relaxed. 1, I feel completely relaxed. So just bathing in a sense of ease, softness, and calm. Let your body relax. Let your body completely relax. Nothing to do. I'm going to go quiet now to give you some more time with your baby to rest. Just simply let go. Perfectly normal for your mind to wander, so you might like to repeat the words slow on the inhale and down on the exhale, or even just one of those affirmations that you liked. I feel at ease, or soft, or calm, or relaxed. Just keep repeating it over and over again. If it helps, if you're drifting without that, that's fine too. Just settle in again and completely relax. you wish, stay where you are. Stay resting, nourishing yourself and your baby. But if you would like to come up and finish the class, continue on with your day or evening, then bring some gentle movements into your body first of all. So very gently, just bringing some movement into the body, wiggling the toes and the fingers, and perhaps moving your head a little side to side and your shoulders a little wiggle, and you might like to stretch your arms and legs out, just breathing in, and then open your mouth, let a big sigh out. And then if you're on your back, you're going to bend your knees, place your feet on the floor, and roll over onto your side. And just pause here for a moment on your side. If you want to stay here, that's fine. If you're going to come up, place your hand on the floor. Let your head be the last thing that lifts. Your eyes can stay closed if you wish. Coming to a comfortable seated position. Bringing your hands together at your heart. And really acknowledging yourself for taking this time for you. Your baby's going to benefit anyway, as will the people around you. And then bring your hands down to your belly and just take a moment to acknowledge this very special time that you're getting to spend with your baby, practicing yoga and relaxation together. We'll bring our hands back to our heart. If your eyes are closed, gently open them. And we'll finish with Namaste, meaning the goodness in me sees the goodness in you. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone, for a lovely practice, and well done. Have a great day.